polygyny is not just happening to us, it's happening to more than one person. And although to say, okay, I'm going to take this time for me, that's helping other people too. Assalamu alaikum, peace. It's Fatimah, Coach Fatimah, 1/3 of Outstanding Personal Relationships and co-author of the new book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored. Now, this is a different one, y'all. I'm taking you with me today. I am driving. I do like to drive, but I don't like to drive with people who are not paying attention or who can't drive. And I was taught by some of the best in my family. So I'm a pretty good driver. I'm unafraid. I drove on the streets of the upper Midwest and especially in Chicago for a long, long time. Now, this is, of course, a little bit different type of vlog because I'm taking you with me. I am traveling with my family overseas. So I am in their traffic. So you might see me looking around a little bit more than normal. And I'm definitely very conscious that I am overseas and I'm chewing gum because it helps me with my driving, especially over here because there's signs that language is different. And I welcome it. So yes. Now, this one, in this video, I want to discuss a couple little things. I don't know if this video will be in one part or two parts, but it's important to talk about as I'm going through the roundabout. You know, they don't do traffic lights a ton over here. So, any old ways, on the rough days when you're in polygyny, what do you do? What is the best practice for best results? Because we always talk about it because we always mean it. These are our lives and we only have one time to live them, right? So people say, well, what do you do when you're having a rough day? Now, we've addressed this before. We, meaning my co-wife, Coach Nyla, and I, Coach Nazir has addressed this. Like, what do you do? What is the best course? And especially if you're a practicing Muslim like I am, like our family is, we always remember the spiritual part. So we're always conscious of, okay, I need to go somewhere, get away from people if I don't know how to use my words in an appropriate manner right now, because it might not even be their fault you're having a bad day. And typically, we're in control of how we respond. It's about not being reactive, but being responsive. And sometimes that means you do what I'm doing right now. You take some time away, or you just make sure that that connection that you have, if you're a spiritual person with the Creator, is strong in those moments. And just that time out could mean that you are actually going out, or you're mentally taking some space and going, okay, I'm going to go offer dua, I'm going to go pray to Rakat, I'm going to go do something so that I feel healthy in this moment and I don't disturb other people. I mean, of course, and you mean yourself too, but polygyny is not just happening to us, it's happening to more than one person. And although to say, okay, I'm going to take this time for me, that's helping other people too. Assalamu alaikum, peace. I'm Coach Fatimah, one of the co-founders of Outstanding Personal Relationships. And I'm here to talk to you about the Nourishing Fulfillment Counseling Program. What I do is help women from all walks of life obtain information in the areas of relationship wellness, emotional resilience, self-confidence, and inner discovery for best results for their future success. Growth is about implementation for best practices, for best results for your future. So the Nourishing Fulfillment Counseling Program is here for you to help you kind of weed through some of those negative thoughts of self-limiting beliefs so that you can move forward and attain your goals so that you live a truly fulfilling life. So if you want to join me for my Nourishing Fulfillment Counseling Program, be sure that you visit me at CoachFatimah.com for details and start your Nourishing Fulfillment Counseling session today. I'll see you and I look forward to working with you. Assalamu alaikum. Peace. It's helping other people too, especially your children. The last thing children want to hear is their parents going back and forth. Sometimes it's a deep breath. Sometimes it's a hard conversation that doesn't need to be hostile. And a lot of people go, our conversations are hostile. Well, if your conversations are always hostile, then you need to strengthen your communication skills. We can't be effective and go, I'm going to go off. I'm going to go in. I'm going to dominate the conversation. I don't want to hear what you have to say. I'm going to make you wrong. But we're going to have a conversation. It's just always going to be hostile. Because if people know it's always going to be hostile, what incentive do they have to even talk to you? Right? So the inviting them to a peaceful environment is important when you need to have a hard conversation. Polygyny is not easy. And none of us have professed that it is. It's not easy, but it's not the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my entire life. Some of the hardest things that I've ever had to do in my entire life, 110% involved me burying a loved one. Burying a loved one. And although some may say, well, this feels like death to me if my husband marries someone else. Does it though? Because this didn't feel like death to me. Because I know how final death is. And this is not final. So I like to be very conscious of what do I say to myself, about my marriage, about the people that I love and that love me back. Honey, you gonna make me hit you, huh? Sometimes I like to talk to traffic. And it helps with one's nerves. Although I'm not a nervous being. I'm pretty, what you see on cameras, that's my life. That's my life. And I think it comes from being raised in a broken family and kind of not knowing what's going on, kind of not understanding what people are doing because they don't talk to you about what they're doing. They just do it and you had to deal with it. So people jumping out and stopping abruptly in traffic might not make me go, right? I'm built a little bit differently. Although I did not sign up to be, I just am. Alhamdulillah. I'm glad to meet the person that I am today with humility and knowing that I still have to work on myself. The son's playing games, so I hope you all are still with me. So how many of you know what that's like to have a bad day and kind of not know what to do with it? And again, it doesn't have to be the fault of anyone else, but maybe you're just having a bad day and then you're going, I don't know what to do. Take some time out, reflect, know to practice self-awareness, and people throw it around all the time. They throw it around all the time because it needs to be thrown. It has to be. Constant reminders of who to become and becoming better and becoming more, sharpening up all your skills in all the different areas of life, whether it's your health, fitness, whether it's your communication skills. Now I'm watching this traffic, guys. Whether it's your communication skills, yes, sweet pea, you're going to have to stop. This is not the Indy 500. And if it is, I'm not participating. There's so many things. There's your spirituality, there's your relationships, there is your mental health, your financial health. What is it going to look like?